Welcome to Spiritual Dating Mastery, where we go over how you can radically improve your love life without resorting to the cheesy or inauthentic behavior practiced and taught in the manosphere and a lot of traditional places. By going deeper into the subjects and looking at things from a higher perspective down to a practical perspective. And today we are talking about why a woman might consider you to be creepy. What creepy means, it's a dreadful word to be called as a man. And if you are called creepy, consider that to be a very good bit of guidance that will help you on your way to figuring out where you might be miscalibrated and how you can fix that by understanding a couple of important principles. Before we get into those principles, a couple notes. Hey, new channel, experimental channel. You want to see the first video I put up on here, a little bit about me, my background. And again, there's this experiment that we're doing here. If you like this, you can support this by going down and clicking that subscribe button. I'll have free content in your feed all the time. And I also offer coaching. Just email me at the address down below, and I can work with you one-on-one. So to continue, what are we talking about with creepy? So in the prior video, I talked about why women seem to have a telepathic ability. I even cited some scientific studies to show how a so-called telepathic power manifests, how our minds are not quite as closed off as we think they are. We believe that our thoughts are contained entirely up here and that no one has access to them, that whatever we think about is in a shroud of complete privacy. And this is not accurate. In fact, what is accurate is what's going on up here is always coming out to the surface in ways you may not even understand. So when it comes to behavior that is creepy, creepy is a step further than needy. So needy is a nasty thing to be called. Creepy is even worse. But it begins with neediness. Neediness begins with an agenda. So especially men who are a bit starved for attention by women, they start seeing women as a desperate thing that they need to get out of that spell and begin feeling good about themselves again. So they see a woman and then they glomp on to that woman because they want something out of them, like give me attention and give me approval. But no one likes this. It's probably the most unattractive behavior that anybody can possess, is that feeling like give me attention, give me approval. It's also non-masculine. So women in general are attracted to masculinity. Masculinity is literally the opposite of that behavior, among other things. So it's not needing approval, not needing attention, being in your own frame, being a positive force and a powerful presence, but being an entirely optional presence, that you're not trying to get things out of people around you. If you go into the habit of trying to get, then you create this barrier between yourself and others, and women sense your agenda, sense what you're all about, and they run away from it. But if this actually gets severe, you begin to generate the dreaded vibe of being creepy. This guy wants something from me, and even worse, I don't feel safe around this guy because he wants something from me, and I don't know if he's going to use force to try to get it. An ever-present fear in the minds of any attractive woman, rightfully so. And so they spend their lives honing their skills, honing their intuitive ability to pick up on the slightest sign of danger. Probably there's an evolutionary component to that as well. So they get that whiff of danger, and they will mercilessly weed any guy out of their life or in their physical vicinity who gives them that whiff of danger. Now, if you're stuck with a guy because he goes to school with you, he's into class with you, they will mercilessly have to balance between, I don't want to piss the guy off so that he, corners me in an alley, but I don't want anything to do with him. And so a man is going to face that hard rejection, which is going to actually drive him deeper into that sense of women hate me, I desperately need approval. I need validation, and that spiral can actually keep descending down into incel behavior. It can descend into misogyny, and it's a vicious spiral. And I don't always think it's necessary, because I've been to cultures around the world where we don't really see men who end up in situations like that as often, because I think the educational system and the social system in America is very divisive, and it tends to push people into these outlying positions where they end up, like the loner in school. Because they're a loner, nobody wants to be around him, but no one wants to, but no one wants to be around him because he's a loner. And no one is, you see what I mean? It's kind of this circle. So the more of a loner you are, the less people want to be around you, and then you become even more of a loner, and then people want to be around you even less. You see what I mean? So it's kind of similar to that, and this is why we have, God forbid, these school shootings and horrible things that happen so much in the West, and so much in particular in America. And so if you're in a position like that, I think the most important thing that you can do is understand and recognize it's a downward spiral, avoid sources of information on the internet among other people who are in a similar dark spiral, who are going to just confirm your beliefs. Because you might think that's therapeutic, but it's actually not. You want to stay away from communities that are going to reaffirm these things. And you have to get in touch with your masculinity in a self-satisfying way. So obviously people recommend working out and all that cliche advice, but you also want to be on a path, some kind of virtuous path where you are doing something in life that's greater than yourself. For some people it's joining the military, and for other people it's joining church. So there's a big scope of difference between what that virtuous path may be for you. It may be something entirely different for you. So you go on that virtuous path, and then you forget about women for a while. It doesn't mean I'm going to go MGTOW, which is an interesting verb that exists now. Noun turned verb. It doesn't mean, I'm going to renounce women, because this is also spiraling down. It basically, you're telling yourself, I am going to embark on my own quest and do my own thing, and understand what things from a position of masculine power that I believe in, that I care about. I'm going to embark on my personal quest, my personal journey, which I will talk about more on this channel as it develops. And I'm not going to even think about women for a couple of years. And then give that a couple of years, and then see what kind of a man you are afterwards. And you'll notice that the so-called creepy vibe will completely dissipate, and it won't even be an issue anymore. But you have to go on that quest. If you don't go on that quest and make the decision to embark on something like that, then it's going to be an uphill battle, and you don't want to get caught in a vortex or end up reaffirming all your beliefs by hanging around other men in a similar situation, and everybody gets to pretty much have a pity party and form a collective of misogynists. You don't want that to happen. Trust me. And there's big communities like that. So I hope that this video helped you. Leave a comment down below. Get involved. Shoot me an email. I'd love to talk to you. So you are watching Spiritual Dating Mastery, a free resource for you guys to learn about higher level concepts that will in the end lead to a much more abundant love and dating life. I'll see you guys on the next video.